Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the rundown. I am your host, Evan from HIMediaTV, and along with my co-host, Mr. Brian No.2 Ortega. This is episode number 15 of the rundown. Pleasure to have you all. And like Brian, me and my partner have been completely obsessed and playing nonstop Fallout 4.
Of course. It's the Fallout right now with the best mechanics that isn't online, with an online element. And not that Fallout 76 is bad, because they definitely updated the hell out of it.
It's mid. It's mid. It's not bad. It's mid, but it's not bad. It has two things going for it. One, it's got probably the healthiest online community with the least amount of toxicity relative to its compatriots, especially relative to the rest of the Bethesda communities. And two, it's multiplayer Fallout. It's multiplayer Fallout. You can play with your friends.
With that gimmick, I get the idea for the love of it, but I'm just like, I even haven't got it for free from PlayStation. I'm just like, I don't really have an interest.
If unless you're like a Fallout junkie like me, or you just are you have played 4 to death and you just want more. There's 3 reasons to play Fallout New 76, right? 1, you've played Fallout 4 to death. 2,
Makes sense.
Mods are with or without mods, and you played it to death and you're done with it, and you want more. It's just there's nothing else you can do.
You're kicking a dead horse, yeah.
Yeah, so you want a new, fresh space with new content mechanics and a steady stream of which you are just a Fallout junkie like myself, and you enjoy it. You want a easy to pick up, easy to put down type of game that isn't fucking League, that is a PvE centric type of game that isn't fucking going to expect you to have to there's the PvP scene in 76 is dead and the community killed it. People just don't get me wrong, the PvP in Fallout 76, a lot of fun, a lot of very enjoyable, especially when it's spontaneous. It's just people want to play fun little wasteland game. They don't necessarily want to.
They want their ship. They want their ship preserved.
Yeah, it's like if you want to play something like Sea of Thieves, where it's fun little adventure game and shit without all the PvP bullshit, 76 is your bag. And lastly, you want to play Fallout 4 with your friends.
Makes sense. But back to Fallout 4.
Yes, back to Fallout 4.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it. I think it is just a refreshing take. Don't get me wrong. I've been talking about for the last few weeks, I modded Fallout 3, getting into modding Fallout New Vegas, then trying out Tale of Two Wastes. But, yeah, man, just Fallout 4 is a fun fucking experience.
It is. And here's my thing, right? Does the dialogue system hinder what otherwise would have the options of what would have otherwise been an amazing game? Yeah, it does. But I will say it's tight. The gun it has the best gunplay in the series because id Software came in and tweaked some shit. It feels good to play. id Software are they created the shooter. They made Doom. They made Wolfenstein. They made Doom. So it's they made Wolfenstein the precursor to all all shooters, and then they made Doom the thing that actually set it into the spotlight. So it's the shooting in 4 is stellar. The melee combat,
something to be desired.
I want the block button to be a hold button. Okay, I shouldn't just do a quick block and that's it. No, but
I don't like that either.
I do like the changes made with Jet compared to the previous games. where instead of just increasing your action points quickly, it just makes it so you're able to line up a shot to a fast-moving enemy. Very helpful. Meadow is very much playing this game. Like here's how I love to play Fallout 4, right? I like to arduously grind to like 2025, get some solid weaponry, go to Nuka World, do all of Nuka World, get the perks for like siding with the Raiders, finish Nuka World, kill the Raiders, then go to Concord and start the Minutemen.
Well, you could go to Nuka World at any level. You just had to discover.
You absolutely can. Here's the thing. With Nuka World, and spoilers for Fallout 4 Nuka World, it's been out for over a decade. I don't want to hear it, but still, just spoiler warning. The gunners at the train station are strong. Those are going to prevent you from getting through levels, like anybody less sub 10 instantly going to die to that. Once you get onto the tram into Nuka World proper, you're in the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is not necessarily easy. The big thing you're going to need are Stimpaks, Radix, You're going to hit a lot of rads, you're going to hit a lot of traps, things of that nature. Here's my thing, right? Mm-hmm. If you know what to expect, which like I kind of like do, that's all well and good. But you have a pretty, substantial boss fight towards the end there. When you start the game at level 30, when you start the DLC at level 30 and you have like level 30 like upgrades and gear and stat points, then you are kind of, you're in a good spot. But like even then you have to swap between, the boss mechanic and the attack and the boss mechanic and the attack, and it's not easy. It's not convenient. It is hard, and unless you have the stat, unless you have the weapons to take them down and the armor to block the attacks, you're going to have a hard time. The minimum you can do it is like level 20, which is where I'm at right now in my game, and I like to do, the way I like to do things in order is before I even start the main quest, before I even go and save Nick Valentine, I like to do Automaton. I like to get Automaton done. I like to get Spectacle Island claimed, and I like to set up a robot and vegetable starch farm there, and then for my care. And here's a fun tip for you, because I don't know if you know this. Whenever you send out a settler to be a part of the network, right?
Yeah, the supply lines.
That settler counts towards your population.
Yeah.
So you can only have a population of, I think, 21 max.
Mm.
And there's like 20 fucking locations in the game. So, what do you do? Well, normal people would like have to go, this one goes to this one, and then this one goes to that one, and then that one goes to this one, and just so on and so forth. What I do is something that breaks that. Here's the thing. Yes, you can only have a limit of like 21 settlers at a location. But if you craft a robot with Automaton, the Automaton DLC, you can go higher than that. So what Spectacle Island turns into is you have 10 robots focusing exclusively on cultivating mut fruit, corn, and potatoes, which you just go out and like pick intermittently yourself. Because while yes, they will deposit a portion of them into the workshop, there's a maximum which will be So if you have a field of them, if you pick them all yourselves, you're going to get an illegal amount. You dump those into your workshop. You do the same thing with your water purification, and then what you do is you craft your vegetable starch and throw it back into the thing. And then while you're doing all that, to make sure adhesive is never an issue for you again, you use the robot workbench. All of your workers are robots, by the way. Not a single human is on the island. Not one. Because when it's all robots, happiness is never an issue. If shit get attacked, if shit gets down, as long as you have crafted robots, Ada counts as a follower. You cannot have her there. You can make it so you can basically turn Spectacle Island, the one island at the southeast portion of the map, south of Yangtze. You can turn this into the hub that connects all of your other settlements. As long
That's
as
also where, real quick, that's also where the luck bobblehead is. It's in the green shit.
Is it? I think it might be. I think you might be right.
I think that's where it is. Yeah.
Where you fight the Mylar Queen.
No, you're thinking of not Spectacle Island. You're thinking of the castle.
No, there's one at Spectacle Island too. When to enable the workshop at Spectacle Island, you have to basically turn on the Mylar repellent noise thing, and when you turn on the generator on the boat, Mama Mylar gets mad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so after I do all that and I get all my supply lines set up, now every time I can just teleport anywhere where that's a settlement, drop my shit and just keep it pushing, right? From after I do all that, once I'm at the point to take Spectacle Island to do Automaton, I'm ready for Nuka World. At that point, I go to Nuka World and we'll do all of the theme parks, do all of that, and by the time I'm done Nuka World and I've achieved everything, I've subjugated like 1 or 2 places in the wasteland. And finish the main quest. Hopefully, gotten Porter Gage, like maxed out my affinity with Porter Gage, and gotten his companion perk. After that, I then get the kill all the raiders quest from the lady at the market. Kill all of the raiders, and then after that's done, I can actually play the game. I can go to Concord, save President Garvey. I can then go save Nick Valentine and the whole 9 yards. And what that does is that it sort of puts me on a level of fuck you. Right? It puts me on a level of I, as a character, am stacked at this point. I have the because one of the things that you if you are going to pick up like automatic weapons, the only weapon you need in the game once you get to Nuka World, once you have access to Nuka World Market and you have the caps to afford it, the only weapon you will ever need in the game is the 757 rifle, legendary, that can be bought from one of the merchants in the marketplace.
Well, let's hold on. Let's back up because you've been talking about this shit for 10-15 minutes.
I'm so sorry.
Relax. You're like a little dog. You're like a puppy.
I'm a yapper. I'm a certified yapper.
Let's go from the beginning here. What's the first perk you usually pick up? I always pick Scrounger. In the beginning of the game, Scrounger is that shit.
I max out Scrounger usually myself. The Scrounger perk myself. But it's usually not the first one I go for. The first one I usually go for is... So, my build spread is usually... 2 agility is usually is usually like 1 luck, 2 agility, something like 9 intelligence, 10 charisma, 1 endurance, like 4 perception, 4 strength. Why do I do
I usually go for a more balanced thing, like 5, 6 and everything else, but 5 in like strength and endurance.
Nah, because here's why, and I have a reason for all of this, right? So having that high intelligence basically gives you access to all of the perks that you're going to need. I'm going to need in my playthrough for crafting and building. Same thing. 3 to 4 points in strength gives me access to the armorer. The armorer perk. The extra point in strength is just solely so I can have more carry weight. The 2 points in perception, the 3 to 4 points in perception are to get me to the lockpicking skill. Endurance Listen, I'm gonna be stacking armor, and I'm gonna be stacking buying and using shit ton of stim packs. Once I hit level 15, 16, like I'm not dying till in like 3 minutes anyway.
Stim packs are never an issue in the game.
Early
No
game,
matter
they
what you
early
have.
game they are early going. You die a lot with this build, but once you get past like 10, 15, you're good.
But
Charisma,
if you real quick, if you access the what is it, the root cellar in Sanctuary, and also go to the water tower, they're both purified water and stim packs are both fine.
yeah. Ultimately, what I will say, like my usual build for Fallout is usually like 3, 4, 1. Is usually strength 3, perception 4, endurance 1, charisma 9, intelligence is like 7, agility is like 2, and luck is like 1 or 2 points. And the reason I put in and I use the special book underneath Sean's crib to give me my 10th point of charisma, because 10 charisma carries you through the first 10 levels, easy, and most of the game, because your ability.
You mean intelligence?
No, charisma. The reason I say
Okay.
charisma is because you can avoid most combat encounters that if there's a combat encounter that involves like talking first, you can talk your way out.
Yeah, but I'll just say, like, real quick, save scumming in the game is so easy compared to Fallout 3 and New Vegas, because you can't pause in the middle of the dialogue interaction. In 4, you can, no problem.
It absolutely is, but the bigger thing is that the big thing that you need in early game, caps, and you can go to Drumlin Diner and you can extort Wolfgang for all of his money. You can and for basically most lower like introductory like side quests and stuff, you can say, if you pay me X amount of cap, if you pay me like you can basically like get 400 caps out of every person and not fail, because you don't fail those speech checks. And so money becomes less of an issue for you, and you're able to accrue it at a faster rate. This allows you to buy the bullets you need, the stim packs you need, and everything, that's given that how squishy you are. And as far
I'm just saying, charisma in Fallout 4 specifically, I feel like it's not necessarily useful to max it out in the beginning. I feel like you have a better chance of maxing out intelligence only because the what's it called? The amount of XP you gain is higher.
See, that's part of the reason I put it at like a 6 or a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't mind that. Like I don't mind having my intelligence be like I put that into charisma because it makes it so when I hit a speech check, that bitch passes, especially early game, because the thing is that they don't expect you to like go 10 into charisma in the early game, so the speech checks are lower. The things where you're like you'd have to have 10 to get it will do it. So it's like every time I see a red one in events that are like leveled below level 15, I'm good.
Yeah, but I just feel like I don't know. I feel like especially with luck itself, because Bloody Mess is a great perk to have, and that's not until luck level like 3 or 4. Better criticals and banking criticals are both fucking amazing perks.
I don't use VATS.
And Grim Reaper, you don't use VATS, totally respected, but a fucking VATS based build with Grim Reaper Sprint or whatever it's called, where you kill an enemy in fucking VATS and then you get your action points back. Oh, it's amazing. Amazing. You can mow down a whole fucking like vault full of people.
Oh yeah, no, I know it's goofy, but my thing is that like
I don't really get behind and I don't think you do either, but the idiot savant leveling up thing where it's like you keep placing random objects in Sanctuary or wherever in your settlements and then you level up back quickly.
Can I be honest with you?
Mm.
You are much. I've done it. I've done the test side by side. And
Mm.
I found that while like you may not gain the same amount of level, if you might gain more levels in an hour than you would gain in 3. My thing is that if you just play the game for like 3 hours and like go do quests and shit and just actually play the game and like quests and kill things and fight and like do things, like you're good. Like you will get to level 10 in fucking no time.
Yeah, I'm saying more so like level 75. Shit, it's been a fucking while since you leveled up, and you're like, I'm almost there. I'm tired of doing these fucking quests. Let me just place a few goalposts in fucking Sanctuary and scrap them. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know that pipe pistols. Sorry, I didn't know that pipe pistols are the main source of copper. So I've been leaving them on the fucking ground and in bodies and shit. I'm getting into the power now because I just did the Vault Tech DLC. So now I
Yeah,
have like
that's a fun one.
power. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go through and do that quest line again, especially on stream, because there's some heinous shit you can do that's very funny and it'll be great for stream. But normally if I'm just playing and I just want access to the space, I just pop the overseer, grab the shit off her body, and quest is over.
Damn. But I will say, like, having the other stuff that you get access to, just if you do like the base level stuff, it's really good.
100%. I will say this, like, I do think that Fallout 4 gets like in hindsight has got way too much fucking hate for what it was. Like, and
I feel like it was just to defend the reaction at the time. I feel like it was a lot of they received a less quality game, not necessarily in mechanics, but like in the interactions, especially with the dialogue choices. And compared to New Vegas, which was Obsidian's magnum opus, like they really went in depth with dialogue and RPG elements. I feel like that's why Fallout 4 got the reaction it did. Doesn't mean that it deserves it, because I definitely agree with you, but I understand why.
The dialogue in Fallout 4 is a travesty. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the voice acting is certainly did a good job with it, especially with how more expressive the models are compared to the previous game. But I will say that, like, as an RPG, it's less of an RPG and more of a sandbox. It's unfortunate, but that's them's the breaks. I do think though that as far as Fallout 4 is concerned, I do think that the things that it does remarkably well is like Meadow isn't playing Fallout. Meadow, my girlfriend is currently in the other room right now, Fallout 4. She's not playing Fallout 4. She's playing Nuka-Cola Sims. The third. She is treating the settlement system as, the Sims. And you know what? That is a completely valid way to play. And honestly, I tell people, like, hey, if you like Fallout and you want your partner to like Fallout as well, and they have The Sims installed on a machine somewhere,
and they probably do,
give them Fallout 4. No, I don't care if New Vegas is better. Give them Fallout 4. Because there's gameplay there that they will love and enjoy and spend so much time on that eventually, by virtue of how you play the game, you have to go and do other shit. You have to go out and explore and get loot so that you can break down and use it to build more shit. So they have to go and play Fallout. And so they will experience the game. Is it the type of version of the game that you wanted? Maybe not, but of the world that you wanted, but maybe not. But you know what? At the end of the day, you know what's going to happen, in 2033 when they release Fallout 5?
Everybody's going to love it.
You're going to be paying for 2 new copies of it with company script at the town you're indentured to.
I will also say, like, that's why the, creators of the game put it in there. It's a popular premise. It's a popular mechanic. A lot of people really like the creativity of it all. You could do a lot of shit, especially with the electric. The fact that they added elevators, because I don't think that was in the base game
No, it
originally.
wasn't. It was in Contraptions. Contraptions was
Holy
huge.
fucking shit. Yeah. If it wasn't for that, I would have never built anything. But because you could actually have the elevator go up the level and then actually build off of that, like, thank God.
Yeah. I bet me and Meadow went halvesies on the Game of the Year edition because it was like 40% off. It was like $16.
Yeah. Insane. I think right after the show on PlayStation, it was like $10 or $11. So I was like, sure, I'll pick it up. Game
Why
of the Year
not?
edition, of course. I was like, sure.
I mean, it is the preferred version of the game. I was wasteful with my money in the past and bought every single creation on the Creation Club.
You didn't have to do that.
I didn't, but I did. And, there's some cool shit. There's some cool shit that comes with it. Not worth all the money I fucking spent, but cool nonetheless.
But like they added, I don't know if it's on the PC version or whatever version she's playing, but they added in the update a lot of creation stuff, the Enclave stuff, random weapon packs.
I want to be very clear. They added a lot.
I know not everything. Trust me, I know.
They
I know
actually, they didn't even add a lot. They added a good chunk. Hey, Lily, how you doing? Oh, sorry. For all of the people listening to the podcast audibly or watching this like after the fact, I am currently live streaming while we are recording this podcast. Find me at HIMediaTV/live.
Fun.
But yeah. But yeah, no. We've been playing a lot of. You know what else I've been playing a lot of? Which I think you and Noelia, and probably what's your roommate's name again? I'm so sorry, I feel like an asshole.
Ellen, problem.
All 3 of you probably could get it hella into playing together.
What?
Stardew Valley.
No. We definitely have been playing. At least in the past, we haven't been playing as much. I will say, if you wanna take an exercise of trust with your relationship, you and Meadow should play Overcooked, because that's a game that you will start. You'll turn on your partner, no question. It's like Uno.
No, I won't do that because Meadow's competitive as shit. She gets mean when we play Mario Party.
But you two are working together. It's not against each other. That's the thing.
No, she's still gonna be. No, she's still gonna get mad at me because I fuck up or something.
Definitely, without a doubt.
I don't get that way. I don't get that way with like cooperative games like that. She does.
Yeah, I am definitely. Me, Noelia, and Ellen all get like, how dare you? Why didn't you fucking do it? Why didn't you do this? But Overcooked is a great game. If you really want to, it's fun. You cut stuff up, cook it, the whole 9 yards, sell it. It's almost like Cooking Mama, but on steroids. I will say, Evan, if you have a Netflix account, and anybody out there who does, I know that there are, asterisks about the people who own Netflix accounts, but we get it through a family member, so, fuck them. Godzilla -1, really good movie. Great movie, actually. Fucking amazing.
Isn't that the one where him and Mothra go on a date or some shit?
No. It's the most recent one that came out of Japan. It's the one that won the award for effects that were done back in the 90s, the whole 9 yards. Don't get me wrong, Godzilla looks a little, foolish, but that's kind of the Japanese way of filming. It's always been the case with Godzilla. He's always kind of looked a little tacky in the West. They're the West, we're the East. Yeah, right? Or are they the East and we're the West?
What do you mean?
Japan. Are they the East or are they the West?
They're the East.
And that's how it's always been in the East, But the emotional story of it all is amazing. One of the greatest emotional, Godzilla movies out there, I would say. Maybe the most serious ever. Um, just amazing. The way that they do the beam and it's all about Godzilla. I won't spoil anything, obviously, because it's a very recent movie. Lionsgate. I don't know if you know this, but Lionsgate literally like blocked the release for America because they were afraid it was going to compete with Godzilla versus King Kong 2. Those assholes. Nothing compared to Godzilla minus one. But it's all about, the human experience come together, rebellion against a force of nature, that whole thing. And the story behind it, the main character, the supporting cast, you care about everybody. And in this day and age, with the way movies have been making me feel, oh, it's refreshing. It's very refreshing.
Makes sense. You know what me and Meadow have been watching together? Private Practice.
I don't know what that is.
The spin-off of Grey's Anatomy.
So there's a
Grey's Anatomy
white woman One Piece spinoff.
Yes. It's like if they gave it's like if they gave like Nami's sister her own show.
Okay. I don't know what that's in reference to, I'll be honest.
You haven't watched any One Piece, have you?
No. And I'm not going to.
Honestly, can I keep it a buck with you, dude?
I might do not the Netflix version, but the like remake that Wit Studio is doing. I might watch that. That looks interesting.
Nah, fuck that. Just read it. Just read it.
If I were to read Berserk, I'm not reading One Piece. Not happening. I would read Berserk first.
Dog, you will get through an arc of the manga in the same amount of time it would take you to like fucking get through, a third of like one arc in One Piece. Like you knock them out.
Well, I would do that not a bridge version, but One Pace. I would do One Pace. I can't figure out how to do it though. I don't know. I don't understand the terminology, but yeah. Do you know what that is?
OnePace.net. One Pace is a fan project that recuts. Just throw this up here. The One Piece anime into an endeavor bringing it more in line with the pacing of the original manga. The team accomplishes by removing filler scenes not present in the source material, fixing animation errors, and correcting subtitles. This process requires meticulous editing and quality control to ensure seamless music and transitions. As a result, One Piece is over 40% faster to watch compared to the original One Piece anime, while retaining the entire canon. That's over 9,000 minutes or 150 hours.
Saved.
How to watch. We have hundreds of episodes on our watch page to download and stream. Please see the frequent last question in our Discord. When will my favorite episode? Oh my god, they're still working on it. They ain't up to date. Out of control.
No.
How? I'm curious. Like how arcs one.
They're pretty far.
Let's see. That is. Let me see where I stop right. Yeah, that's where Luffy gets a waifu. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
they
21 hours. God damn.
Jesus Christ.
God damn.
They really.
Yeah, they're up to date. That's up to date.
Shit. Maybe I'll have to get me and Meadow to watch One Piece. Jesus.
I mean, it's a better use of your time than fucking trying to start the anime from beginning to end. That's how you really make your spouse get mad at you.
Meadow wants me to watch Meadows upset with me because my experience with watching Fullmetal Alchemist was the Adult Swim cut, and I've never seen Brotherhood, and she wants me to watch Brotherhood with her badly.
I mean, I've heard and seen scenes from Brotherhood that are amazing. So, you're not going to hear me say anything bad about it.
Yeah, that's true. Anything you wanted to bring up?
Star Wars Acolyte came out. I haven't started it. Did you hear anything about it? IGN said it was a 6 out of 10.
From IGN? IGN gave a video game, a Star Wars video game, a 6 out of 10?
It's a show. It's a show.
Still.
Yeah, I know. No, trust me, I know. People do not like IGN.
Like, here's the thing, though. Like, IGN would give, like IGN would give Sloppy Toppy to a slime creature if it would retain their ability to get early access viewing of material for the website. So it's like they don't like anything. If IGN rates something less than a 7, that means like it was so bad that they could not like avoid doing that.
Maybe.
Like, what is it? Is it just supposed to be like Jedi ninjas or some shit?
I think it happens before the Phantom Menace. It's supposedly about like an assassin that's tracking down Jedi before Order 66, before Revenge of the Sith, before the Phantom Menace, the whole 9 yards. I don't really know what the premise is. Again, I haven't watched it yet.
What, does this take place in like the Old Republic? Maybe, I don't know.
But let's see.
I don't know. But
I'm just gonna look up when it takes place very quickly, just to see. I'm not gonna hopefully spoil.
Also, just to bring up the man you can't fucking escape on this podcast, Drake removes all Kendrick Lamar diss tracks on Instagram.
I know, I saw that very quickly. It's during the High Republic era, around 132 BBY.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what that means.
That means this is 100 years before
the Phantom Menace. I know.
No, this is 100 years. This is that BBY stands for when they blew up the fucking Death Star the first time.
Oh, okay.
So the end of A New Hope.
No. This is 100 years before the events of the Phantom Menace, which took place in 32 BBY.
Right. I was just telling you what BBY meant. It just means...
Gotcha.
BBY basically stands for blew up over yonder. Like basically blew up the fucking Death Star. That's the event that. So.
Wow, that's as big as Jesus? That's crazy. That was their Jesus blowing up the Death Star? I respect him.
I think BBY is just sort of like a frame of reference of time for like the most known event in Star Wars, which was like the end of A New Hope.
Well, the guy, I'm just going to end on this. The director who made this is saying that he is interested in doing a Old Republic show. I mean, they'll never do it. They'll probably never do it. Or if they do, it'll be 20 years from now. But that would be great. I want the Andor guy to do it.
Wasn't the Andor guy I still have to watch Mandalorian season 3. And I think after that, I think I'll be done with Star Wars. Like, unless...
I already have Star Wars fatigue. Obi-Wan season 2, maybe, but like, I'm done.
I might watch Kenobi, with Meadow, just because she has a big fucking crush on Ewan McGregor. She says I look like him a little bit. And I'm like, okay,
a little bit.
I got a little baby fat, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like, I like Star Wars, like, conceptually. I think, like, I like it when they do stuff in the Star Wars universe that isn't just, big, epic, war, like, burr, 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 burr. Like, I like lower key stories. Like, I probably would like Acolyte. I like, if it's like, if the energy level is lower, I'm on board. You know what I mean?
I'm just afraid that Star Wars is gonna go down the Marvel route where it too much is too much, you know?
Here's the thing. Here's the difference, right? The movies were the best part of Marvel. The shows were supplemental material, but take them or leave them. Like some of them were good, some of them were bad, some of them were mid, but they all kind of looked like they were all considered mandatory watching, right?
Mm.
Here's the thing: the movies are such like Disney views the movies of like the Star Wars movies as Disney views Star Wars movies the same like the big movies, the big three trio movies, the same way Microsoft treats Minecraft. It's lightning in a bottle. It's super fucking valuable. They do not want to mess with it too much and accidentally fuck it up, so they play the super duper safe options.
Yeah, just what I'm saying is, I think with the amount of shows that they're doing in the Star Wars universe, I feel like audiences are going to have fatigue by the time the next main trilogy or whatever trilogy, because it's probably still going to be a three-movie film based structure. Uh, I think people are going to have a little bit more fatigue for that. Maybe they'll still be excited, but I don't think it'll be like, uh, what the fuck was Seven called? Uh,
Force Awakens.
yeah, I don't think it'll be a Force Awakens or Phantom Menace moment, you
I
know,
th- I
where people
think
were like,
yeah, people like I Force Awakens was announced when I was a senior in high school,
I
and
was a sophomore
my
or
computer
freshman.
science my computer science teacher at the time, like my intro to computer science teacher at the time, it was a new fucking elective or whatever. Um, he said, "All right, so I wanted to talk about this with you guys real quick," and then he played it, and then he spent the next 15 minutes talking about he made it sound like because he's a fucking nerd, giant nerd, and he's like, "I need you guys to understand like how important this is like for someone like me and why this is like a big moment." This was fucking comp sci. This guy teaches biology normally.
Insane.
So
But
so 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 it's like people were fucking geeking and they were so fucking excited for this shit, and I haven't seen the movies. I haven't seen the movies, and I don't, it's one of those things where it's like I might watch them when they announce a new trilogy. The only way I'm going to experience these movies is by playing Lego Star Wars with my girlfriend.
you've never seen any of the Star Wars films.
I've seen I've seen the prequels, the main line, not the sequels. I haven't seen any of the
Oh,
sequels.
okay.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
was about to say, how the fuck have you never seen the prequels? What
Well,
the fuck?
I didn't I didn't see the like 4, 5, and 6 of Star Wars: A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. I didn't see those three movies until I was like a 16-year-old kid.
Damn.
I didn't see Lord of the Rings until I was almost an adult.
The only reason I saw the prequels first was because
I saw
Revenge of the
that in
Sith was
theaters.
coming out. Yeah, so did
I
I.
saw that in
I was like
theaters.
4 or 5. It was
Yeah, no, I was
crazy.
like 5 or 6. It's great. It was wonderful. I loved it.
So
And here's the thing. It's like I never understood. And like here's the thing. Let's talk about the prequel, just briefly.
I mean, especially very quickly with the lens and perspective of somebody who was there for the original trilogy. Like, could you imagine the disappointment seeing Phantom Menace?
Well, here's the thing, right? Like this was. Here's the thing about like
It
the
was like a
fan.
decade or two after the original series.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's like the prequel is a mystery. It's about conspiracy. It's not. This is not a story about like grandiose large fights, which are certainly there. This is like explain. This is like how did this verbose, you know, republic, this democracy, fall to fascistic authoritarianism? And it shows this in like really grounded, real. It is arguably the most realistic part of Star Wars, of those prequels. And like, the thing that's most compelling to me about the prequels is the geopolitics, the background, like everything going on, like why are it's what's interesting to me is like why things are happening. Not that they're, because here's the thing, that they're happening. Like here's the difference between, and why I think like a lot of the people who grew up with the original trilogy didn't like the prequels. The original trilogy is about, why are we fighting the Empire? Because they're evil. Why are there space wizards? I don't know. Fucking, like they have laser swords. It is not about the why. It is about the is. It is about, this is happening. We don't care why it's happening. We don't care why the rebellion is a thing. We don't care about X or Y or Z. All we care about is right versus wrong, space wizard, epic battles, sci-fi science fantasy adventure.
Well, I think that's the responsibility of any prequel. It's to focus on the why, not the is. The is was the original concept.
Exactly. So. And the big thing is, what the prequels is, they do the why immaculately. The fact, like, in the reason
they do and they don't.
They do. They do. Here's the thing.
Because very quickly, the only reason I say that is because one big important part of the prequels, the whole downfall of the fucking Empire, the beginning of the Empire and the downfall of the Jedi, is literally done by Jar Jar Binks.
So here's the thing. The act that you're talking about with Jar Jar Binks electing,
I know there's so many more. I know there's a lot more.
But here's the thing: if Jar Jar Binks didn't make that petition, somebody else would have.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because it is about the political wrangling that Palpatine did. Guaranteed that somebody was going to suggest that, and if he couldn't get if Jar Jar Binks wasn't going to do it, somebody else was going to.
But that's me commenting on not necessarily how the prequels did the why of stuff. That's me commenting on why the fuck did George Lucas choose to do it this way?
Why did they decide to have Jar Jar Binks make that declaration?
All across the three movies. Every fucking moment in that movie, there is a scene that sticks out in your head. I want to say there's like 10, 20 scenes in every half hour of each fucking movie in the prequels that makes you stop and say, why did he choose to film it this way?
So usually that can be boiled down to, for the kids. He wanted to have like some shit that like for kids to watch and shit. Especially with like the goofiness of the Gungans and shit like that in the first movie and all of that. Here's my thing. That doesn't take away from my point of like showing the background setup. Like, is Jar Jar Binks' voice kind of immersion breaking in that moment? Yes. But, the role he's playing there of a unknowable, like a willing, idiot could have been played by anybody, and having Jar Jar Binks play the willing idiot, I don't know, that makes sense on some level, but like the Gungans are not fantastic in terms of like design. I think, but regardless.
But also the difference between, because like effects is also very important here. The reason why the original trilogy of Star Wars still holds up today, and I mean not amazingly, I won't say amazingly, but it still fucking holds up, is because everything was practical effects. Outside of the lightsaber duels, especially the second episode, looks horrible.
That's if they had made the prequels today, I don't think that would have been anything.
leagues better. But I think the time, but also the fact that everybody on Lucas's staff for the prequels were, I think they were astonished, honestly, that after 22, 23 years, this man could still make stories on this big screen that were still impactful. And even though the first and second movie weren't really received that well, I feel like everybody was just gung ho with his whole idea and never said no once. I think.
I think that might be true. But to get back to the original point I was trying to make about like how this shows the fault, like how like this shows the why. Like when you think about it, the downfall of the Republic started because of a trade conflict over taxable shipping lanes. That's it.
Yep.
That like, and the fact that that a corporation was able to get powerful enough to have a governing a voting seat in a galactic voting body of government.
Well, honestly, it was because from the very beginning, Palpatine had the ability to just be trusted. It was all about bureaucracy. And I respect the film, especially at the time, because you just had the Iraq War, you had everything going on in the Middle East and shit like that. So I understand why. I'm just like,
Padme said it best. Padme said it best. This is how democracy dies, to thunderous applause. The prequels showed, maybe not like point for point perfectly on screen, but like if you pay attention to what's being said, read the bits at the beginning of the movie, of the beginning scroll of each movie, and understand, like have a little bit of like nuance, like knowing what goes on politically and shit, like and just being able to read into it. You can see point for point like how the empire didn't rise from the bottom, the corpse of the Republic, because of some like great power and Palpatine. Palpatine is a weak Sith compared to many of his forebears. The reason he was able to become emperor was because he was politically savvy. He was good at playing politics. And his.
and he didn't have to do anything new. He stole everything from the Jedi and the clones and what's it called, the Republic, and then destroyed the Republic. So it was like, I don't really have to listen to anybody.
Yeah, it's like, here's the thing. It's like, Darth Pelagius, his master, yeah. I think it was his master.
Yep.
Was lived for like lived for hundreds of years, way beyond his natural lifespan. Was used his Sith powers to get like really high in galactic banking. Was unbelievably wealthy. Was beloved by many because of his charitable contributions. He was very powerful. He was a very powerful Sith, and he used his power to enrich and give himself more power in the form of like manipulating the economy and stuff. Here's the thing: Palpatine basically, I think if I remember correctly, assassinated his master in a way that like
killed him in his sleep.
Yeah, he didn't kill him he like, granted, he did it in a way that was compliant with like the dark side of the Force. But
yeah, that's the whole thing. The dark side is never the side of full power until the Empire, and then even then they get destroyed.
It took I think something like the rule of two, the Sith Lords, right? The plan to take down the Jedi took 1,000 years, and to build an empire to rule the galaxy. That was the plan that Sith had been working towards as a collective, generation after generation, for 1,000 years, and it only lasted. It lasted less than half a century.
Yeah, it was only like 30, 40 years.
Exactly. And even if you consider like the woo-woo clone bullshit that Palpatine did in like the newer movies. Like it he Palpatine gave a lot of shit to someone like Count Dooku for not really embracing like the dark side of the Force, and like not having like that the Force warp that like makes Palpatine look ugly. When you use the dark side of the Force, it makes your body, it warps your body because it's not natural. And Count Dooku didn't have that. He was powerful on his own just by virtue of like his swordsmanship. He basically could.
Well, he was a Jedi Knight first.
He was,
and then he got
but
turned.
but just because like you're a Jedi, like lightsaber combat is equal across the set. He was the greatest lightsaber combatant in the galaxy. He didn't really need to use like force power, like dark side powers like that. And Palpatine like looked down on him for that and gave him shit for that. But the problem is that Palpatine himself like was not a powerful practitioner of the dark side. And so, it's like, if he had not neglected cultivating those powers, he stayed hidden. He hid his powers. He hid them for decades and ages because, like, he's constantly around Jedi. You can't cultivate your dark side powers, otherwise Yoda, who's chilling 3 blocks over, is gonna lock into that shit like white on rice.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just really goes to show that, like, just because like the dark side of the Force is like arguably more powerful than the light side in certain ways, the fallacies that come, not fallacies, the enfeebleness of the type of person you have to be. Like, as much as I love the idea of like gray Jedi and like neutral Jedi and stuff, like I kind of go with it with like George Lucas. And George Lucas says, no, dark side's evil, light side's light. This is what the dark side stands for, and this is what they normally will do. Yes, it's love and passion. It's all this stuff that goes with it. But like ultimately, like the dark side seeks to bend and bind people to their will, and the light side doesn't. Now that doesn't mean that light side people can't be evil, but like you have to like. It's like it's a selfishness spectrum. It's a selfishness.
But that's exactly why you need the gray Jedi side of it all.
That's a fan makeup. That's the problem.
No, because unless did you watch Ahsoka? Like, she is a gray Jedi, self-proclaimed.
I didn't know
that. Isn't.
I kind of want to watch Ahsoka a little bit. That looks like fun.
It's fucking great, especially if you grew up with the OG Star Wars,
the Clone Wars.
Yeah, fucking great. What's it called? But I just want to say also, like, I feel like cinematically, especially in the movies, we have never gotten a truly great Sith Lord yet. And that's why I'm so interested in fucking, in the Old Republic. Like, that was a time when the Sith were at an all-time high. They were extremely fucking powerful. They were proficient in goddamn Star Wars abilities. They had all the dark side abilities. Like, that's why it's so interesting to me, yo. We are being robbed.
Well, the thing is that like.
Don't get me wrong. I just want to say one last thing for people who are going to be like, I'm actually Darth Vader. Darth Vader in the fucking comics and legends and everything like that is a ungodly Sith Lord. But that's not what we got in the movies. Let's be so real.
And also, Darth Vader, like, here's the thing. Anakin Skywalker, before the Darth Vaderification, was probably the single strongest entity in the fucking galaxy at that point. Then before or since. Because of like how fucking like because he was the fucking chosen one or some shit. And the reason why Palpatine put so much like the reason why Palpatine put him in the suit he did and not a better one is because he's constantly in pain. He's never able to sleep effectively. He doesn't have the same range of motion that he had when he was a non-cyborg. And why? Well, it's because Palpatine is a Weasley bastard and knows that Anakin would fuck him the moment he didn't need him anymore.
And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. And the reason why, like, he kept him in that suit specifically is because he, like, the suit kept him like was defensive towards lots of things, except one thing: force
Lightning.
specifically. And specifically, you can't make repairs or edits to the suit unless like Palpatine's using Force Lightning to keep Anakin's body systems going simultaneously, because there's not technology to do that based on how outdated and old the technology is. So it's like it was like Palpatine's ploy to keep an apprentice and keep the rule of two, and also in a way that he wouldn't fucking die.
No, that's not true because they had the medbots. That's the only way that Anakin was kept alive when they were putting him into the suit. At least for the films. Maybe not for the comics or Legends.
So it's like I forget the exact reasoning, but I think Palpatine's Force Lightning was a big reason. Like is like why is like what like life support given from Palpatine's Force Lightning and kind of like using the Force to sort of keep Anakin together was a big reason why like Anakin couldn't ever really betray him, because it's like they can't make too many changes to update or like fix the suit if you know, if Palpatine's dead, and he immediately is on a fucking timer. Because I
Makes
think
sense.
because I think
Very quickly.
because I think somewhere
Hold
it
that-
says that Vader
Hold
has
that
to
thought.
use-
I'm just gonna get something to drink. I'll be right back.
You're good, but I was gonna say to the folks, Vader actually uses the Force to keep his Yo, fucking hustle. We're recording this bitch. But Vader actually uses the Force as to kind of like keep his fucking suit together as well. And when he's passed the fuck out, you know, he needs another Force user to keep his shit together. And if he can't, it's not a good spot, unfortunately. But yeah, yeah, hold on, wait. He's going back 3, 2, 1.
What was all that?
Why do my headphones smell like a gym mat?
Cats? Question mark?
I don't know. But Star Wars stuff aside, is there anything else that you wanted to chat about, or you want to wrap up?
I think we're good for now. What do you feel like?
Feels good. I'm feeling pretty good, all things considered.
Okay. Well, sounds good.
All right, bet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching the rundown. This has been episode 15. For those watching the live stream, I'm gonna go back to probably playing Elden Ring or some shit shortly. But if you want to follow us, you can do so wherever you get your pods. You can also subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, the whole 9 yards at HIMediaTV. Everywhere. You can also find Brian at no.2_Brian on Instagram. Jesus, dude, I need you to fix your @ on YouTube so it's like something not a bazillion degrees long. I'll help you with that. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the rundown. If you want to support me and the things that I do, please consider donating a paltry $1 at himedia.gg/tip. I am very poor, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. You also get early access and exclusive videos, other perks service through our Discord. Also join our Discord. The community's lit, and we'd love to have you. Thank you for watching. Toodaloo. Say bye, Brian.
Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.
Also, keep an eye out on Brian's Instagram story for his new podcast with Ellen.
Yes, we're trying to figure it out this week.
Bye.